Supporters of KwaZulu-Natal Premier Senzo Mchunu will be marching to the ANC Durban offices this morning. To find out why, we are joined on the line by our reporter Judith Subin. Judith, good morning. Why are these supporters of Senzo Mchunu marching to the ANC offices today?
Good morning, Dan. It seems that bygones have not been bygones since the ANC's provincial conference a few weekends ago. There's an estimate that's been doing the rounds, and it says the regions of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal that supported Senzo Mchunu during what was seen as, a bruising elective conference will now converge this morning and march through the city centre to the ANC's offices. And it's basically calling for a rerun of elections which were won by Sihle Zigalala by just over 100 votes about 2 weekends ago. So it's really putting to question the unity that the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal was calling for at that conference. We know that there was a very, very heated and hotly contested race to that chairman's post. And during that conference, we know that NEC members as well as President Jacob Zuma himself called for ANC members in the province to unite and to put their differences aside and to stop factionalism, and as well as they were called for discipline within the party in the province. However, that doesn't seem to be working, as we now know that some of the members who supported Senzo Mchunu will be taking to the streets today to call for that to be overturned.
So are they in fact questioning the credibility of the results of that party's provincial conference's election?
Dan, it would seem at this point that that's exactly what's happened. There are some questions from those within the group who are planning to march this morning, whether the voting members had the correct credentials. And that was a highly debated topic during the conference. It took hours to ensure that many of the members were correctly verified. There were some allegations that the verification process was being manipulated at the time, but NEC members were very quick to come out and say that they were in control of the situation and that they were overseeing the entire process. They also held a press conference telling the media that the results would only be propagated by themselves. So it's an interesting show now to see that so many are going to be taken to the streets, as we say.
Julie, it's going to be very interesting to hear what Senzo Mchunu has got to say himself, if he's going to distance himself from this planned march. Any idea yet, Judith, very briefly, what time is this march taking place in Durban and whether or not there'll be a police presence?
Well, we know, Dan, that they're due to start marching shortly. They were planned for around 8 o'clock, so they're running a few minutes late, as it would seem. And yes, there is supposed to be a police presence. At this stage, it doesn't seem like anything would be getting out of control, but we'll have to wait and see.
Thank you very much. Our reporter Judith Subin there talking to us on the line from Durban ahead of that planned march by supporters of KwaZulu-Natal's Premier Senzo Mchunu in the ANC, what now challenging the result of the recent provincial conference.